We're so glad to have you guys along on our virtual bike rides.
It has been so great to share our rides with you, and now we are announcing an opportunity where you can actually ride bikes with us in person. We have 2 bike rides, each are a week long through spectacular scenery that we're inviting you to join us on. So we have a video that is actually what we're doing right now, is introducing a video, right?
We're introducing that video, yes.
Yeah, so you can come along with us, and there is a deadline, so we'll tell you all the details, but we sure hope to meet you in person.
Yeah, so stay tuned for the details, and we hope to see you on the trails.
Yeah, happy riding.
We're going to do 2 rides. One starts in June and one starts in late October.
And they're fully supported rides. This means there's somebody there to pick you up if you can't make it. And one is kind of intense and one's not that intense at all. So we want to share that with you because you can join us.
Yeah, we'd love to have you join us on either one of the 2 rides. One is more open than the other as far as ridership is concerned.
So this is 7 days of riding. It's 100% on bike trail. It's called GAPCO. It starts in Pittsburgh. It ends in Washington, D.C. It fills every year. It's June 5th through June 11th. GAPCO stands for the Great Allegheny Passage and Chesapeake and Ohio Towpath. It's a full week of riding, 335 miles, if you do all the lengths. There are shorter miles where you could do like 18 miles a day. So you just get up in the morning and decide, well, do I feel like riding 18 miles, or do I feel like doing, 40, or do I want to do the whole, I think 55 or something like that?
I think one day is 70. So there's a 70-mile day in there, or 70-plus mile day in there. You don't have to do that whole distance if you don't want to. We have to, because we're getting ready for our 3,000-mile ride. So
yeah,
we have to do it. This ride is going to take us through some very interesting Civil War battlefields, if you're into that sort of thing. I love history, so I'm really looking forward to this ride.
We are going to stay one of the nights at Harper's Ferry, which has a lot of history. Also, just spectacular scenery. We're going to be going through some of the Appalachians. We're going to be going by rivers. I mean, it is really going to be a very scenic ride. We will not be on the road with cars. We're always going to be on trail, so that is good too. Mm-hmm. And you don't have to have an e-bike, but you absolutely can bring it. We're bringing ours.
Yep, we'll be on e-bikes, so if you want to bring yours, if you have an e-bike, or if you don't, you can get one and join us.
You'll be, like I said, on bike paths the whole way. So you'll need to have trail tires, not your street tires, but some kind of, trail or more of aggressive tread.
I have friends who have done the towpath, have run it more than cycled it. I hear it's just spectacular. I mean, if you're into history, this is going to be a great way to spend a week.
Well, let's talk about who's running it. So it's Bubbas Pampered Peddlers.
And when you get to the end in D.C., Bubbas Pampered Peddlers will provide you transportation back to Pittsburgh.
And you don't have to pedal back to Pittsburgh.
No,
it's a bus.
It's a bus, yes.
And we should mention that the long day, the 70-mile day, 20 miles of that is downhill.
Yeah.
So you might be able to do it.
Yeah, that makes it a 50-mile ride, except for flying down a hill. I don't know how big the hill is, but I love downhills.
So March 1 is the early bird deadline for this GAPCO trip. A single is $27.90. That's one person in one room. Double is $22.90, and quad, so you need 2 couples, that's going to be $18.90 per rider. And then with you guys signing up, make sure that you put Liz Amazing in the secret code, because we're planning some events for you and also to give you some swag. So we want to make sure that you put in Liz Amazing as a secret code.
Now this ride always sells out. The takeaway from this is that if you want to do this, sign up early.
Well, let's talk about the next ride.
Yeah, it's only 155 miles over a 7-day period. I think the longest day is 40-something miles. I can't remember the number.
48 miles, but guess where it is? Should we tell them? It's the Florida Keys. Oh my goodness. So of course it's mostly flat riding, gorgeous, gorgeous scenery. We're talking beaches, and it's just a fabulous opportunity to get some riding in. It could be a regular bike or an e-bike.
It's staying at 3 to 5-star resorts.
So this is from October 30th to November 5th. The first riding day is October 31st. This is almost all on bike trail. There's very little road riding, although it is all paved. If you're thinking of flying in, by the way, you can rent bikes, so you don't have to worry about flying your bikes in.
So the ride will go something like this. On Monday, you're going to do 35 miles, and then Tuesday, you've got the whole day to explore. You can snorkel, go swim with the dolphins, do whatever you want to do in marathon. Wednesday is 43 miles, and we're riding into Key West. And keep in mind that these mileages, they expect you to start the ride, but if at any time you don't feel like continuing and you get 10 miles in and you say, I'm done, I just want to go relax on the beach, they will pick you up and take you to our next destination, which Wednesday is Key West. And then Thursday we spend the day in Key West to explore. And then Friday, the longest ride of the week, is 49 miles. And then Saturday is 28 miles.
This is, like I said, this is a flat ride with spectacular scenery, and it does include the 7-mile bridge. Now, if you're not into bridges, don't worry, they'll just take your bike across. But really, this is just amazing, spectacular scenery.
That 7-mile bridge, to me, that's probably the most exciting part of this ride. I'm looking forward to riding across that.
And this ride includes not only a traveling mechanic, but also a traveling massage therapist. So it's like, say no more, sign me up. Because most of the meals are included, I know there's a dinner party, there's most breakfasts, lunches on your own. There's also a trolley tour of Key West that Bubba is doing that's private for us.
After reading and talking to Bubba about this tour, it sounds like a luxury cruise on land, is what it sounds like to me.
Now, Sunday night lodging is not included in Bubba's price. So a single person in a private room, it starts at $29.90 for the week. The double for 2 people in a room is $24.90.
Per person.
Per
of course,
person, yes. And then there's triple and quad. So if you have 2 couples, that's 2 people in a bed in a room, that's $21.90. Now these rates do go up. This is the early bird special. Again, write Liz Amazing in the secret code.
We need to know how many of you there will be that will be in our group, the Liz Amazing group. So it's important for you to put that in that secret code box.
Yeah, and remember that this is it's not camping, it's not roughing it. There are some luxury resorts. There's the one that Bubba said that's like $600 a night.
I see this as a great family event. If you had, the parents and 2 teenage kids that wanted to do something together that you would remember for a lifetime, this would be, one of these events would be that. I mean, you will never forget this, I don't think.
Well, even adult children,
yes.
do this with your parents. Maybe the parents are on the e-bikes and need a little more help, and then the adult children are on traditional bikes.
Yeah, and any age can do this. I mean, I'm 72, my birthday's in November, so that month I turned 73 and I'm doing it. Now, if you want detailed information about this, go onto the Bubbas Pampered Peddlers website.
Remember to put in, there's a box when you register that says secret code. Put in Liz Amazing. That will entitle you to some swag we're going to give and just some extra special things that we have planned for you for both rides.
We're working out those details, but we need to know how many of you there will be so that we can accommodate you.